Once it is done, let me know. Open the weather API, search for weather API, and in that you need to sign up first. So this is a public API, anyone can access these APIs. It will be unique for each and every user account. For each and every user account, this API unique code that is generated for each and every account. So using this key, it is going to authenticate which particular user is trying to use the data. Which particular user is sending the request through the API to fetch the data. So this is very important. This key will be unique for each and every user. For each and every user, this key is going to be unique. Copy this one. Come to your views and paste it over here. API underscore key equal to yes, Anshuman, I have shared a link in the queue box. Click on that link, the Open Weather API. You can search for it, or you can from your queue doc you can open this particular weather API where you need to first sign up. After signing up, you need to get your API key. One more week, Akhilesh, it's just one more week. Evening batch, after this batch I will do evening batch. Within next Saturday I will complete this batch. Akhilesh. Morning also you cannot 7 to 9. This is not a link, Subalakshmi, this is the API key. This is the API key. We go to the views.py file, create an API key variable, and inside the strings you need to add. I don't have API dashboard everything. You can click on API. It will take you to this particular interface. Scroll it down. So you will be able to see current weather data. You will be able to see current weather data. First, click on the API, come to current weather data, everyone. Yeah. Again show it. Okay. So you are able to you are over here, right? You need to click on API. And you click on API, you will be able to get this particular interface. When you scroll it down, you will be able to see current weather data. You will be able to see current weather data. Yes, okay. So is this one, did you all get it? Built-in API request by city name. To get the first API and store it in your views. And store the API, everyone. Now let me explain you over here. In this weather API, can you tell me what is the endpoint? Yesterday I have explained you, right? What is the endpoint over in this URL, API URL? In this API URL, what is my endpoint? Endpoint where city name and API key are your parameters. What is the endpoint? Endpoint is weather. Weather is the endpoint. City name and are the parameters. Parameters. What are the two parameters that we need to pass? That is, one is the city name and one more is the API key. API key. Now let me. Yes, now just API key is a unique key. It is a unique key that is generated for each and every user account. Now if you are creating one more user account with one more email ID, it is going to give you a new API key which will be unique for each and every account. Why this API key is used? Now this weather API wants to know which particular user is trying to fetch the data from their database. From their database, which particular user is trying to fetch the data. Is that a person authenticated? It is going to authenticate the person trying to fetch the data from their database. Understood everyone? What is API key? It is a unique key which is going to be unique for each and every account. You did not get the API key now, Jyoth? So here, if you go, weather APIs is the part. When you click on the name, you will be able to see this API keys. You need to fetch this now, Jyoth. You need to copy and paste it. It will be unique. You cannot copy it down. You need to copy it and paste it out. Now for this API, I need to pass the city name and the API key. We already have the API key. What about the city name? What city name we need to pass? 1 minute, let me go to the API documentation. Yeah, over here if you scroll, Q. What is that Q? Q is a city name. In our API, it is a city name. It is not state code or the country code. It is city name in our API. So what you need to remember that you can specify the parameter not only in English, it can be done in any other language also. In this case, the API response should be written in the same language as the language of the requested location name. And one more thing to remember, that whatever the location you are searching for has to be present in a predefined list. They already have a predefined list. Inside that list there are more than 2 lakh locations. So whatever the location, city name you will be giving should be present inside the list. Whenever you are giving the city names, remember one point, that whatever the city name you are giving, that should be correct spellings. Check with your spellings of the city name. Take a variable by the name city name, any variable, it is your wish. City name equal to, you can give any city, it is your wish. Give your own city where you are staying. Let me give it as Bangalore. After this, coming to API key, it is present in the variable API key. Okay. Now what I need to do, I need to send the request. I need to send the request to the API. We need to send the request through the API. So can you tell me everyone which method I need to use? Yesterday we discussed, right, HTTP methods. Now I want to fetch the weather forecast, the weather report of the particular city. So which HTTP method I need to go with? Yes, Indumati, correct. I need to go with the get HTTP. Why? Because now I want to fetch the weather report, weather data of a particular city. So what do you mean by fetch the data? It is get method. Whenever you are making use of get method, you need to, it is used to fetch the data from the database. So now to make use of your HTTP methods, the get, post, whatever, get, post, put, patch, delete, you need a library. You require a library, that is the request library. Which library you require? You require the request library. Why this request library is required? To send the request to the API. To send the request through the API, you need to make use of a library known as request library. And this library you need to install. Pip install request, not request, it is request. S is there. Why? What is this request library? Why it is used? It is used to send the HTTP request. To send HTTP request we need this request library. We need this request library. Everyone install the request library with install request. After request dot get, here you need to pass the API. Here you need to pass the city name and API key. Directly you can specify the city name, or as you have stored it in a variable, you can pass the variable which is city name and where is the API key? It is in the variable API key. So if you are passing the this one variables inside a string, how will you pass the variables inside a string, everyone? Wait everyone. Yes, Prithvi ma'am, you can continue. Check everyone. Here I made a mistake. Wait. I made a mistake. Now let me refresh. Yes, I am able to get the response 200. Response 200 I am able to get. What do you mean by response 200? Request was successful. Try it out everyone. Give the proper city name, that time you will be able to get the response 200 as your output. Ranjan, share the screen. REQ, import statement, import request. You get 404. What do you mean by 404? Resource not found. 401 I am able to get. When you will get 401? When the user authentication has been failed. User not authenticated. You are able to get this 401. Why? Because the user is not authenticated. Your API key is wrong. User not authenticated. API key is wrong. The API key is wrong. You need to check with your API key. So the URL, in the URL you need to pass the correct city name, you need to pass the correct API key, then only you will get the response as 200. You will be able to get the proper response 200. Now from this response, if you want to check the data, now I am getting response 401. 401 in the sense, Rishikant, your API key is wrong. Check with the API key, Rishikant. Copy the API key properly from your browser. For me also it is not showing. Venkatesh, it will show in the terminal. In the browser, I have not yet written the logic to show in the browser. First let us learn everything in the terminal and then we will go to the browser. Copy the API key properly, everyone. Ranjan, what about you? Share the screen, Venkatesh. Then Ranjan, okay. It will be JSON. Why is it JSON? As you know, through the API, only JSON data should be sent. Only the JSON data should be sent through the response through our APIs. Now, what is that JSON data? How is it stored? Let us see. Observe here, everyone. This is the how I will be able to get the complete response. In which format this response is in the JSON format it is present. And where it is present, now I have sent the request to my API. I have passed the city name or the city of which I require the weather data, my API key for authentication, everything. It is returning me the data. This data it is going to return me. Where is this data present? It is present inside the response body. In which format is the data present? In the JSON format it is present. How can you make out that this is JSON? This looks very similar to your Python dictionary, right? How can you make out that this is a JSON data, not Python dictionary? Very simple, everyone. The difference is in your Python dictionary, the strings are represented by single quotes. Yes, Namrata, correct. Whereas coming to your JSON, the strings are represented by double quotes. In your Python dictionaries, the strings are represented by single quotes. Whereas in the JSON, it is represented by double quotes. By looking at this, you will come to know that is this particular data is JSON data, not your Python dictionary. Now this JSON data will be present in the is going to be present in our response body. From the response body, if you want to fetch directly the this one Python data, you need to give here RESP is having that particular response. You are sending the you give resp.json, you will be able to get the Python response. The response from your server, you will be able to get it in the form of Python. Print resp.json. We have our JSON method. Why this JSON method is used, you can see. Decodes the JSON response body as Python object. It may return a dictionary list, etc. depending upon what is in the response. Now what is in the response? In the response I have a JSON data. This JSON data, it is going to return it in the form of Python dictionary. Ranjan? How the data is present? The data is present in the JSON format. Where is the data present? In the response body, the data is present. So from there, if I want to get the Python data, what I need to give? I need to make use of my JSON method. This JSON method, it is going to return me the Python data. Observe everyone, I will refresh my home page. See, I got the complete Python data. I am getting which format? In the dictionary format. If you want to check the data type, you can check. Print type of resp.json. Now let me refresh. Here is the data coming from the JSON format. It is present Python body. The response. 1 minute. Wait, everyone's body. In which format the response is present? In the JSON format, the response is present. Using my JSON method, what it is going to do? It is going to decode the JSON response object, the response object present in the body to Python data. What data it is going to decode? For us, it is returning a dictionary. How the data is present inside the response, in that format itself, it is going to decode it to Python data. It is going to convert it into Python data. Try it out, everyone. You should be able to get a Python. What we will do, we are going to get the city name from the user, and we will send the request to the API and display the weather report for the user. So first thing, we need to get the city name from the front end. From the user, we need to get the city name. For that, go to the home page. In the home page, we are going to create the form. will create in the method get itself. No need to make use of post method. Why? Because we are not storing it into the database. So in general you can go with the get method itself. Enter the city name. The query dict will be empty. Request.get query dict will be empty. Second time when the user is entering the city name and clicking on this submit button, I will be able to get this city key in the request.get query dict. So if city in request.get, need to fetch the city. Request.get city. Once print and check, print the city and check once whether whatever the city name that is entering, are you able to get it or not. Yes, I am able to get it. Now is it visible, Chandrasekhar? Let me take a PyData variable. PyData equal to resp.json. So I will get the Python data. After getting the Python data, once print it and check it in the terminal, make sure you are getting the Python data. Before sending it to your HTML page, check it out whether you are getting the Python data or not. The server is not loaded properly. Let me reload the server. Yes, I am able to get the data. After this, now I need to send the context to my home page. Let me write return render. I will render the same page I will render, but this time with a context. home.html with a context data is to by data. Now go to the home.html. Weather report. Let me first display what this one is giving date. Now it will give you the complete dictionary. See, it is giving the complete dictionary. From this dictionary, if you want to display specific fields if you want to display, then what you need to do, as it is a dictionary, you can apply indexing. So here inside this dictionary, I have a key by the name coordinate. If you want to display the longitude and latitude of the city, then if you want to display the condition, weather condition, then you need to make use of the weather key. Temperature, if you want to display, then where is the key? Yeah, you can make use of the main key to display the temperature. Wind, if you want to display wind key, you need to make use of. Then the name of the city, if you want to display, then you need to make use of what? Yeah, name itself. Name is again a key. H1, H3, let me give name. City name, let me give it as city. Data.name. I got Bangalore. Now I want to display the description, weather description I want to display. Weather So from where will I get the description? Weather, data.weather, it is a list. It will return you the list. Inside this list, inside the list, if you want to fetch the first element, what you need to do, you need to give indexing .0. Weather data dot weather dot 0. Then you need to take main description or main. You can take and you can display it out. Data dot weather dot 0 dot description. See, overcast clouds. Next, let me display the temperature. For displaying the temperature, it is it is data.main. Data.main will return you the complete dictionary. From this dictionary, what you want to display? You want to display the temperature itself. Data.main.temp. will give you the temperature. See, you got the temperature. Next, if you want to display the wind speed, data dot wind dot speed. Wind speed. Data dot wind dot speed. Then what else we can display? You can display the pressure, humidity, all those things also. Where is pressure and humidity present? It is present in the main itself. Data dot main dot pressure, data dot main dot humidity. Pressure, data dot main dot pressure, then humidity, data dot main dot humidity. Yes, see, you are able to display the things. The normal indexing, everyone, if you are familiar with applying the indexing part, you can easily display the required data from this dictionary. Let me remove the data. Now my weather report is ready. So this is for the Bangalore. Let me search for some other things. Hubli. I am able to get the Hubli data. So the thing which you need to remember is you need to give a correct city name. You need to just give the proper city name. Are you able to get the data, everyone?